how is it that Terran Logain survived when even the Grey Wardens didn't make it out of that place down south?
I heard he saw just in time what those Grey Wardens were doing and saved his men. He's a hero, that's what he is.
Don't say anything else there. Right. So we've got these barbarians, not barbarians, bandits. We could talk to these people. Okay, let's talk to people. Let's help out the refugees where we can. Noblesse oblige, etc., etc.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
What do you need traps for?
Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps.
So Barlin has poison traps on his land? Because, well, he was asking... Was that Barlin? I think he was asking for poison.
Oh, he doesn't have any poison yet, thank the Maker. So his fields are just full of traps. He can be a bit eccentric.
Right. Why don't you just buy some?
None to be had. Barlin has all the traps in the village in his fields.
Oh, we can deal with that, but we can't make traps.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
What do you... No bother. I came up to you to talk to you. Strange woman. That's where I get the strafing for the Q&A from. I keep doing that in Mass Effect. I'll press Q to change, which brings out its weapon. Strafe.
You've got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
What's going on here?
Ever since good King Kalen passed, refugees and soldiers have been passing through. I'm the elder here, and I've my hands full making sure refugees don't turn to petty theft, or worse.
You alright?
Sir Bryant at the Chantry is seeing to matters of defence and such. He'd have more of an ear for your type.
Right. Okay. Tempted to talk to her, because she doesn't look well. Well, there's been do we have actually... Because there's 3 crafting skills. So there's... We've had... Ooh, what have I got one? Yes, I've got poison making. So he wants us to get some
What is it?
venom.
What now?
Ooh, herbalism. I'll probably... Because I'm guessing she might want some health potions or something. So... oh, no. But she doesn't want to help at the moment for some reason. Maybe I did the wrong dialogue. But, I mean, in character, we wouldn't go, oh, you probably have a quest for us, so...
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my cart. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
Right, well, we picked up a new codex, and let's see what it says. Codex. Ooh. Oh, Leliana. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. A lay sister of the Chantry, who can beat the stuffing out of trained mercenaries, would be notable enough. But one who also claims to have been sent to fight the Darkspawn by the Maker himself is... unusual, to say the least. She joined Alistair, Gaheris and Morrigan in Lothering, insisting that she would prove useful. But why was Morrigan left out? Poor Morrigan. Because you have to have Morrigan at this point. It's not like you can dodge her or something, I think. The chastened Wilders have lived in the Kakari Wild since the first wars with the Alamari drove them southward a millennium ago. Have we read this before? I don't know. According to their own lore, they had always been a forest-dwelling people that adapted quickly to their new home. Game and fish are plentiful in the wetlands, and the chastened thrived. For a time, they and the hill-dwelling Avars were true threats to the northern lowlands. The Tevinter Imperium had arrived and was hard-pressed to keep back the waves of invasions from the south and the west. The fortress of Ostagar was built specifically to watch for chastened hordes venturing north of the tree line. It was not until the legendary War warrior Hafter soundly defeated the Chastened in the first half of the Divine Age, that the question of their ability to contest the lowlands was settled permanently. Today the Chastened are considered largely peaceful, though their ways are still primitive compared to our own. In the Kakari wilds they live in strange-looking huts built on stilts, or even built into the great treetops. They paint their faces and are split into small tribes ruled over by shamans like those amongst the Avars. There are many tales of these shamans having learned their magic from the witches of the wilds, witches that inspire as much terror as they do awe and gratitude, even if there is no definitive proof they exist. In particular, the tale of Flemeth, the greatest witch of the wilds, is celebrated amongst all tribes. While there is no way to know how many there are in the wilds today, few travellers that pass through the forests tell of Chastened eking out an existence, even in the frozen wastelands of the far south. One can assume that should the Chastened ever organise themselves once more, we might have reason to fear them here in Ferelden. We ignore them at our peril. Well, let's chat with them, shall we?
Forest failed to protect us. Our gods deserted us. There's no protection here either.
I do not seem a refugee. We're part of the army.
You could say that.
Shokke basitisra maradestar.
Oh,
Sit abana kyun maras shokra ananesam kyun.
it's interesting. I don't think would we have ever met one of him? You're Kunari. I'll probably end up calling you a Quarian at some point. A Kunari.
You aren't one of my captors. I will not amuse you any more than I have the other humans. Leave me in peace.
Oh. Yeah, would I have met one? Trying to think. They're sometimes used as mercenaries. But I don't think there's been many major battles, so I probably wouldn't have met one. I was thinking if there had been, maybe Gehart's father would have hired some. But no, I think that's probably a bit rude. What are you? You're a prisoner? Who put you here?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry.
The revered mother said he slaughtered an entire family, even the children.
It is as she says. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
Although I think most other people I'd say that for it's more kind of, okay, one, you're a prisoner, and two, what happened? Okay, why? Okay, well no, we'll ask you about a Kunari, and maybe we can ask about why he did what he did. So you're a Kunari?
If you haven't heard of us, that is your own shortcoming. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
Ditto.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Oh, right, there we go.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
What did you do to end up in here?
I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this?
No. Convicted of murder. Now, the question of are you guilty is an interesting one, because it depends how he was convicted, but... Who did you murder?
The people of a farmhold. 8 humans, in addition to the children.
Why? Why? That's the question I want to know. I want to know why. Why did you do it? I like the question why. The question why is incredibly useful. Right. That's... yeah, okay. I think... Atonement. Yes, that's horrible. Yeah, I think that would be my character's gut reaction. Maybe we'll end up saying aren't you interested in seeking atonement? Because my character seems to be quite religious. That's horrible.
I agree.
So, okay, now that kind of makes sense. So you think it's horrible, so aren't you interested in seeking atonement?
Death will be my atonement.
But there are other ways to redeem yourself.
Perhaps. What does your wisdom say is equal to my crime?
What do you care so long as you're free? That defeats the point of redemption and atonement. You could help defend the land against the Blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Okay, immediately I'm going on the defensive. I'm not going to lie to him. Why do you ask? Because there's a whole kind of... Yes, there's a bounty, so why do you ask?
My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
Would the revered mother let you free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. It seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
True. Then I will speak to her.
Farewell, then.
To be left here to starve? Or to be taken by the Darkspawn? No one deserves that. Not even a murderer.
Ooh, no, that's not the button I wanted to press. No, that's the one I wanted. Wonderful. Either you have an enviable memory, or a pitiable life to know nothing of regret. The northern islands are remote, lush jungles that harbour cities rumoured to be the most extraordinary ever built. These are the lands of the Kunari, lands that no foreign eyes ever see. Only the stories of the 3 exalted marches waged against the giants have reached the south, until the arrival of Sten. The stoic giant in the cave was surely the strangest thing the people of Lothering had ever seen, until the Blight struck. My issue... Ooh, oh, we could just try and unlock it. I think... No, we're going to go and speak to the revered mother. I think I don't like this idea of the cage, because it's a death sentence. He's either going to die of starvation, as Leliana said, or, with the Blight coming, no one's going to get him out of there to evacuate him.
Go on about how stupid I am. I'm not stupid, am I?
If you have to ask.
You need to ask the question.
Because it hurts my manly feelings, you know. Or one of them.
Then I'll be sure.
Back off.
Oh,
I have the right
what?
to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
When I see one that deserves help. Oh, is your profiteering ruffling some feathers?
You could say that, yes.
The nerve of these people!
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets. There's been so many of these men lately. Heartless opportunists, all.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes.
Cretins.
Give them a chance.
I have limited supplies.
Sorry.
The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
Right. So, again, we were talking about my character being slightly religious. He's not going to pick a fight with the priest. So we're arguing with the merchant then. So you don't think you're being unscrupulous at all?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
True.
I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
I think we'll persuade at this point, because I'm not going to fight against the priest. I do want to help, so 1 and 2 are out. I don't want him to go, because he's kind of right. He needs the goods, so we'll try persuading. I think you can compromise and still make a profit. No.
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
A fine compromise.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Morrigan disapproves. While she's in the party, we will be seeing that a lot. I normally end up making decisions that... I think normally, like most of the time in my last playthrough, my only playthrough, most of the decisions I made, she disagreed with. Oh well.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something?
I'm indeed. Let's see what you have.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
Yes, that's your job, isn't it? See, I'm looking at this and I've got no idea what I want. Right. Dagger. Is mine better? Ooh. No. Oh, Dard Misu. Is that? Oh, that's a dagger. That's quite nice. And that's 96 silver though. But if I don't buy it, if I don't spend the money, I'm not going to use it, am I? Ooh, and I can't use the Viridium weaponry. Wine. That's alcohol, so that's probably for someone else. And the shield? Oh, I'm not using shields, what am I on about? Alistair! Shields. Yours is better, because that's a fun one. Dwarven longsword. The Warden's longsword is worse. That's fairly expensive. I might actually hold off on that one. Yes, I'm spending money on me and not any of my companions, and we can't afford that. That's less damage, but loads of shiny bonuses. Leliana, who is a crossbow. Oh, she's well. We could buy the grey iron. Ah, that's why I only showed the one. So we could buy that, so we will. I think, is she a ranged character? I believe she is. So, we don the suit, and then the enchanted dagger. And that's going to replace that one, yep. And you've got longbow, but I don't think he had a bow. He may have done, people will comment.